Hello everyone, Shrey here. So this video will show you how to set up RStudio Online. RStudio Online is a web-based version of the popular RStudio IDE that allows you to run R code from anywhere with like just an internet connection and a browser. So straightforward. To get started, we can open our web browser. So I have Safari open over here right now, and we can just write RStudio online on Google and follow the first link that we have over here. It says Posset Cloud, so RStudio has changed its name. So we can just click on this. We land on this page which gives us the option to log in via Google, via GitHub, or via Clever. I'll just go ahead and log in via Google to make it simple. I'll just select my account, and what we see is that it gives us three options. One is to visit Posset Cloud, one is to visit shinyapps.io. If we are making web-based applications, we should select that, and the last one is just to user settings. So to run basic simple R code, we'll just go to Posset Cloud. So I'll select that, and here we come to our dashboard. So it lists my previous projects, as well as we can start off with new project. So to create a new project, we can click on the new project button over here, and we have to select new RStudio project, and it'll just take about 10 seconds and deploy our project online. So once you have created your project, you'll be taken to the RStudio Online IDE. This is where you'll like write and run your code, and the interface should look familiar if you have already used RStudio before, but there are a few differences that you should be aware of. None that would matter in the initial setup right now. So just before starting, I'll just go over here in this drop down, and I'll click a new R script, and then I'll explain all the four areas that are there in this. So first, just note that the R console and the R code editor are in separate panes, just like in the desktop version of RStudio. So you can type your code directly into the console, or you can write code in the editor and run it by clicking the run button over here. So we can directly just do a 1 plus 2 over here in the console. It will print out 3 for us. And also what we can do is write code in the script over here. So if I do 1 plus 2 and I click run over here, it will do the same thing in the console down here and give the same results. Keyboard shortcut for the run is Control plus Enter on Windows and Command plus Enter on Mac. Another useful feature of RStudio Online is the ability to download packages and libraries from the vast R ecosystem. So to install a package, we could simply just type install.packages and the package name. So for an example, I'm just downloading the tidyverse package, and I could just press Command Enter or Control Enter to run this, and what it does is on the console on the left side, it just starts downloading the packages. So installing packages happens only once, and after if they are done, we can just load them by typing library packages. So it gives me a list of packages that are already installed. So I can just write tidyverse again and just Control Enter for loading the packages, and it will give us all the functions that are contained in the package. So on the right side over here is the environment pane, I would say. So whenever we are working with large data sets, we tend to define variables, or in our normal productivity flow also we define variables in our programming. So let's say we define a is equal to 10, and I just run it. I can actually see the value of a over here saved, and I can access this variable anywhere in my code. So if I go to the console and just write a, and just write a and press enter, it will show me that the value of a is 10. And another example, if we are working with data and we have data frames, so let's say I'm defining a as a data frame which has 2 columns. The first column is just a, b and c, and the second column is just numbers 1, 2 and 3. So if I run this, the value of a will change in this environment from a single value to a data frame. And that's, I'll just run this over here, command enter, and see, I can see I have a as a data frame, and I can just view it by clicking over here, and it'll show me as a nice data frame, as I have two columns, first and second, with ABC and 1, 2, 3. So this is really helpful over here to know what variables we are working on in our entire process. Now the fourth panel over here is this one over here on the bottom right, where we can organize our files and folders and projects and scripts. So let's say I want to start off with a new project, so I create a new folder with, I'll just write new project in it, and I just want to read a CSV file. But first, to read a CSV file, I should probably upload it to the online version. So if I go to the folder over here, there's a button which says upload. I can click that, and I'll just choose a file from my system. I'm choosing this empty cars CSV file right now, and I'll just upload it. Now to read this file, I'll have to shift my console or my working directory to this particular new project folder, or specify the full file path to this file. What I like to personally do is I like to first check what is my current working directory. So if I just write get working directory in the console over here, I can see that I'm in this home folder, which does not have the empty cars file. So what I want to do is I want to set my current working directory to this new project folder. To do that, I can always click more over here. I'll just zoom in. I can click more and I can just set as working directory. So once I did that, it automatically says in the console set working directory and new project. And just to make sure that I am in the current directory, I can just write get working directory again, and it says new project. Now if I just want to read the CSV, I can write read.csv and empty cars, and I can just press tab. Now if the file is in the directory, pressing tab would just auto complete its name, otherwise it won't do anything and you won't be able to read the file, and it will just say that yes, you are not in the current directory, or the file is not in your current directory. But now that we can see that if I just type empty cars again, like if I just type mtc and press tab, it will auto complete. That means it's able to find a file which is in your current folder. So if I just read this CSV file, I can click run again. You see how we have this file in the console over here. And just a recap of how we saved it into a variable. Let's say I just do a read.csv and just run it. I have the CSV contents over here in the environment, and I can access them by just clicking on this A and viewing the data frame from RStudio console. So that's pretty much it for the setup of RStudio online, and we're good to go and do our analysis, and see you in the next videos.